Hey guys, so I went shopping today, and I don't think I got anything that's really amazing, but I got some really interesting stuff. And I'm just always collecting, so some of the stuff I buy, I don't even know why I buy it. But so spread this out. I'll leave this one for last. So show you a couple things. So here is a 1817 large cent, and I haven't broke it out of this yet, so let's do it right now. So you can see it's good or about good. It's not the best, but this is my probably my oldest U.S. coin I think I've ever had, 1817. And the mintage on this 1817 is 3.9 mil. So it's actually pretty common, but it's still my oldest coin, and these go on eBay for about 45, about that. And I have another large cent. This is a 1836, and better condition, much better condition. And this one's actually lower mint. This one has a mintage of 2.1 mil. This one is also about $45, and that's kind of the high or mid high. So that's what I'm going to list them as. That's what I'm going to start them as. But I mean, if you're interested in any of these, send an offer. If it's reasonable, I'll accept it. But I'm not really into large cent. I'm more into half cent. I love the half cents. They're just so rare. And here's a Cuba coin. I don't know why I buy these. I've got so much. But I don't know. It's more of addiction. I just love the Cuba coins. This is a 1920. 5 centavo. And, okay. And here is a West Point. This is our first West Point quarter. So this is a 2019 West Point Guam. So this one right here is about a $25 quarter. And it is uncirculated. It's beautiful. See if I can zoom in to get a better picture. You can see on the back it's Guam 2019. War in the Pacific. When you flip it over right here, you see the West Point, the W mint mark. All right. This one was zoomed in, so we'll go to it. This is a Civil War bullet. These are pretty common, but they're cool. This one I think I'm going to list for about $10. It's a really good condition. These usually you can get them at like military shops. That's where I got this one, or any kind of like souvenir shops to do with the Civil War. And these usually range for like $7 to $15. And I might list this one for 10 or 12, something like that. You can check the eBay out and see. Let's see what else. So here's some silver. So these I got at my local coin shop. This was in the generic round bin. This is the 1991 National League champion Braves, and it has a serial number, limited serial number on here, 1 ounce. And these are still sealed. I was going to take them out of this packaging, but then it wouldn't be sealed. But it was sealed in PVC. So you have this kind of toning here. That is kind of cool. The toning does look cool, but you know, I guess I'm going to have to sell it like this. So they're still cool though. And here is a cool coin. So my son found this one in the 4 for $1 bin. And when he picked it up, he thought it was just a Elizabeth II penny until he flipped it over. And it's a 67 40% silver Kennedy. And looking at this, it looks like the coin is a 67 Kennedy, and someone got a lathe and just kind of capped the reverse with this Elizabeth penny. So that's kind of cool. It's like a trick penny. And this here has around $556 mil. So I consider that a win. This will be listed on eBay. And I'll show you some Morgans and a $50 that I got. And then I got some kind of interesting stuff. Let me zoom out a little bit. So here is a nice 1947D. And I got that for the book. But that's actually pretty nice, and the mint are low on these as well. It's hard to keep all those vintages in mind. So this one is for the book, and I'll show you the book, the progress. This will be the 24th coin, but I might be adding more. I might be up to 28 by the end of the week or so. But this is a 1885 Morgan, 1885. Oh, and let's see. So, and here are some 1890s, and if you are familiar with Morgan, you know that the 1892, 3, 4, and 5 are the rarest dates, or some of the rarest dates. So here is a 1894 O, and I'll put the mintage on the screen so you can see, but these are all pretty low mint. And that's why you see they're almost coal, but when you have these dates, these are the important coals to have. So 1894 O has a little ding on the side. And here is a 1892 O, and I think the other one is a 1892 O as well. So kind of weird to find two back to back. Here's the other one, 1892 O. So these will be put on eBay. And so I have some dimes I picked up, some Mercury dimes. Always look for the better dates or the better conditions. So I'll show those off first. There's another one somewhere. Okay, here it is. So let's see. I'll zoom in a little bit. This one is a 27S. 27S is a good date, and this one's fair. It's not great, but you can see some of the sticks on the passis. You can see a little remnants of the bands. And here is a 1938 D. 1938 D. Another nice one with good details. And here is a 1938 S with full bands. That's a nice one. And here is a 1925, a little beat up, 1925 D. And I'll put the mintages on the screen for all of these because most of these are low mint. This is the high mint one, but look at the detail on this. And I paid, like the coal price, 1942, but look at that detail. And this is uncirculated. It's just beautiful. So I couldn't pass this one up. And all of these will be on eBay. I'm not filling a book. I'm not going through that again. And it was fun, but I probably broke even near the end, filling a Mercury dime book. And these nickels, there's nothing special about these nickels except they're unk. So these nickels, they're just 1988, but they are unk, so they are uncirculated. I'll probably throw these on for just a few cents over what I paid. For these, we paid 20 cents, and I'll tell you why. So there's a bin at our local shop, our local coin shop, and there's 5 for $1, and there's random coins. We found a couple 1950 Ds, and they were sealed up in one of those Littleton mint bags. And I think just the owner or whoever sorted their coins just saw Littleton mint and just kind of threw them in there. They didn't really look at the key date. So these were sealed in one of those packets. I'm not sure if it was a Littleton mint, but it was the back like this. So there was 4 of them. They were all identical. So we saw the back. We saw it looked unk. We're like, okay, we'll take a chance. And it ended up all 4 of them are 88s. So it's not bad, but we paid 20 cents for a nickel. But I'll throw these on eBay. I'll throw them. I'll figure it out. I'll see what they go for, but I'll make it reasonable. And here's an Englehart bar I bought today. And you can see 1 ounce. Fine, you know what it is. But this one does have a serial number on the bottom. It's always cool to have the serial numbers on them. And this one, I believe, is from 1985. I think it's around 1985. But just another one. It has a really nice tone. But just another bar in my collection. But the tone on it is really nice. And the tone is the main reason why I bought it. I saw Englehart, and I was like, okay. But then the tone is what sold me. All right, and so here's some kind of weird kind of coins. Here's a denarii. If this was real, this would be about $100 to $150 coin, but I doubt it's real. I got it for free anyway, so I don't think it's real. I'll probably just put it in my bin at at my shop and just for something cheap and label it as reproduction because I don't think it's real. It just doesn't look real. The details is not there, and the weight is right, but it's probably copper and it's probably a reproduction. But it is cool to have. These are always just kind of cool to have, cool to share, cool to give away, or cool to sell for cheap and let people know that they are reproductions. Okay, so here's the kind of cool part, unusual part, if you want to say. These, I believe, are all reproductions, and I did get a good price for these. I got a reasonable price where it's even a good price for reproductions. But these are kind of cool, and I love learning. I love studying history, so sometimes I'll buy these pieces just to learn. But this one, these are all Argentinian. So you can see this one, and you can see the Phrygian cap, and you'll see the Phrygian cap on a lot of these. A lot of South American and Central American use a Phrygian cap. But these are kind of cool, and they do look vintage. So, you know, I think during the '60s there was a lot of reproduction stuff. So you can see this one looks like a civil action, I guess, for a well, it says economic, whatever. I'm not good in Spanish. I can read slightly, but I thought this was San Juan, Puerto Rico, but it's San Juan, Argentina. So, but you can see Junto 1909, which this is probably 1960s or somewhere around there. But these are cool, and for the price I pay, like I said, I don't mind just sharing these with people, and I'll put them on for a fair price, and I'll list them as possible reproductions. And this one is like a military or some kind of training medal, but like I said. But you see Buenos Aires, July 8, 1989. Well, 1898, sorry. And this one, Municipalidad de Gonzales Chavez. But it's still cool. These are really cool. I like them. And here's one. Old Mortals, El Grito, El Grito Agrado. Kind of cool. Inauguration. I was looking at one of these, and it looks like some kind of medal for a general, but if it was real, it would probably be worth several thousands. And we'll come across it. You can see this one. Inauguration della Bandero. I'm reading from the screen, so it's kind of cool. These are all just kind of cool. I like this kind of stuff. I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff. I'll probably throw these on for like $9.95 or maybe a little less, maybe like $7.99, just to kind of see where they can go from there. They are cool. I mean, I got suckered into buying them. And I wouldn't call any of my customers a sucker. I'm just saying I saw them. I'm like, okay, as long as they get them for the right price, I got them. And plata is Spanish for silver, but this is not silver. Now, none of these are magnetic, but they don't kind of respond. They do have a small, like, diamagnetic reaction to them, but it's probably copper. Copper acts in a very similar way to silver. And this is the one I spent the most time researching because I really wanted to figure out, what this coin was, if there was an original or if this is something that's kind of unique. But you can see 1802 to 1902. This, and you can definitely tell it's Argentina because of the sun. And this one is the 100-year anniversary of the independence, at least a guerrilla independence. You can see this is for a Colonel Jose Corvalán, and this guy did exist. He was a governor, but he was a governor in 1836, and this doesn't look like it's from 1836, and it doesn't look like it's legit. If it was, it would probably be very expensive. I did find a Facebook page where someone was selling this in Buenos Aires for 12,000 is it Buenos Aires pesos, but it was roughly about $9. So someone in Buenos Aires was selling this for $9. That's probably about the price I'll start on these, but I'll have offers on them. So if you're interested in those, they're pretty cool. And I got this. This is a bookmark from 1933. You see a century of progress, Chicago, and this is the Carrillo Tower. The Carrillo Tower has the uh, Rockefeller Chapel in there, and I think this was during the 1933 World's Fair. But this bookmark goes for about $10 to $12 on eBay. They've sold for about $10 to $12. So I'll probably put this one on for 10 and see where it goes. I was also thinking about putting it into a book. You can see here's a little bit of my book collection. I don't really ever show my book collections off, but I do collect a lot of books. These are just some recent ones I got in the last few days. So here's Eustace Mullins, A Difficult Individual, Ezra Pound. Y'all should read about Ezra Pound and Eustace Mullins. He's kind of a controversial figure, but I like all of his books. And this is the book I think it would go best in. Erasmus of Rotterdam from Stefan Zweig. This book is from 1934, and this is from 1933. I thought about putting it in there, and this is a U.S. copy, New York. But this book was banned by the Nazis. Now, a lot of people say, oh, they burned all the books. They did burn magazines and quarterlies and newspapers, and they did burn some books, but a lot of the books they put into the universities where the elite, or at least the scholars and the college educated, could still have access to books, but the general public didn't. And that's because pretty much you can just look it up. But there was a lot of books that were ridiculously banned. Like even Benjamin Franklin was banned because he promoted liberty and that kind of stuff. So, and here's Homer of the Iliad, and here's another Ezra Pound book, and Roger Stone, the Clinton's War on Women. This is a pretty cool book. Westward of the Laurel Hills, and this documents land mapping and building land in a part of Pennsylvania. So that was pretty cool in the 1800s, from like 1794 to 1836. It shows like how they developed the city of Clarksville, which became Clark's. But kind of boring stuff to most people. This kind of stuff I like. And here's some army propaganda from 1916 and 1911. Uncle Sam's Boys. This is just a kind of series that was put out by a writer, H. Irving Hancock, and he would just write a lot of material in newspapers and stuff to try to get boys to get excited about the military. So it's propaganda. It's just purely propaganda, but it's interesting to read, and I like reading and collecting books. Well, I hope you liked this video, and if there's anything you saw that you're interested in, I forgot one more thing. But you can go to my eBay and check all this out. I'm going to start listing everything soon. But I did buy a 1897 S $5 gold piece. I'm going to take it out of this, and because my wife did tell me, okay, you can buy more gold. I don't think she expected me to buy a $5 gold piece. But this is going to be in my personal collection for a bit, because like if you saw my video about how I sold my 1850D Dahlonega gold quarter eagle, I did that to pay off the AC, and we paid off that. I had a little bit extra. My wife told me, okay, you could buy more gold. I think she wanted me to spend closer to like 400, but I spent $850 on this one, which is a good deal. I talked them down. They wanted 900, but this only has a mintage 400,000. So a mintage of only 400,000. This can go, like right now, these are selling on eBay. There's only two currently on eBay, and they're both around $1,080, like $1,079, $1,099. So I think I got a pretty good deal. And gold is cash, silver is cash, and this is pure money. This is more money than paper money. Paper's just a little more liquid. So this is going to go to another emergency. So, and that's the main reason why I keep my gold coins, is for times where I really need them. And if I never need to sell them, I'll keep them until the end game, or until I die, or to pass them down to my children. Well, thanks for watching. I'll go ahead and end this video. It's getting a little long, but I hope you like this and check out my eBay. As always, like, subscribe, comment. Thanks. Bye.